Name's almost ended up correct.
Where is Michelle?
Hiding.
Why are you hiding?
You're gonna do puppet theater.
No, nobody's gonna. That's not how live streaming your games work.
Oh. How does it work then?
Not like that.
Oh.
Alright, so. I don't have this on loop, but that's good. Actually, probably pull down the song and use it differently. Okay, so there's some stuff that I want to discuss and that I will discuss once Tom gets in about some changes we're going to be making to the front of the game and the end of the game.
Front meaning the beginning?
Stuff that happens during the beginning and stuff that happens when we wrap up. So we're not gonna spend the first part of this going over the last night's events until Tom gets in. We're instead going to jump right to some things that happened to each of you in the evening.
Yay!
Because that's the most fun part, right?
Yes.
All right, Galfine, I need to be able to see you now. I know it's almost like you agreed to play a game with other people, and so it's not fair that you can't play a game with yourself.
I don't see why I need to be visible at all times.
Because it's your character and you have interactions to what's going on. We're all watching James eat cereal.
Yeah,
Beef
like,
stew.
what is a
Oh,
cereal?
beef stew.
I'm eating dinner.
It's 7:13.
Yeah.
It's late for dinner.
Okay.
Let the man eat dinner.
Supper is even earlier.
You too, boss.
Okay, he's part halfling. He has to have at least 7 meals a day.
Yeah, there you go. Say.
Okay, so Galfine.
The music is loud.
So turn it down.
How do I turn it down?
The settings cog in the top right
Of which one?
on the of Roll20. The little cog that it looks like that when you mouse over it says settings.
I found it. Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's like creepy quiet. What's happening?
Sorry, had to respond to that text because it was work related.
It's Sunday night. Who's working?
Me.
Jesus. Jesus works on Sunday.
Yeah?
Why? We can all take day off. He's doing everybody else's job. That's what the church keeps telling. Figure it's got to be true.
Alright, so, Galfine, you've been having a bit of trouble sleeping the last couple of evenings. One problem here, one problem there. A lot of stuff on your mind. Did you ever, like, put any time into thinking about that person you left to die in the middle of the Zo territory?
Well, welcome to this game.
How do you think that's been making Galfine feel?
Not too happy.
Do you feel like Galfine would want to like try to make some measure to rectify it or to maybe find out what happened to that person?
Or is Galfine gonna shove it down? Like all the healthy people do.
She's gonna draw.
That seems likely.
Draw for initiative. How is she feeling about that? Does she want to try to follow up on it? Is she just going to try to keep it in? There's already been a day between when it happened and when she's going to bed this evening. I mean, they were criminals. They did try to kill you. Perhaps she has no heart for criminals. Is maybe that what's happening?
Yes.
I'll give you a few minutes to think on that, and we'll come back
Feel
to
your
you.
darker instincts. Let the hatred flow through you.
What are you doing, James?
Constantly adjusting his camera.
Nauseous.
Yeah, and it's really distracting. It's not helping me think right now.
Well, let's focus on Harcourt. In fact, Harcourt, why don't you give us some focus?
Focus!
I think that means zoom in.
Okay.
Did you not catch that?
Not on your appliances.
Well, I can't reach the camera. That's what you get.
Okay,
I
maybe
tried to zoom out so you could see the cat.
maybe zoom back out so I can see you.
No, the cat is the highest priority. Please.
See?
keep that in
See? I was trying to do the right thing.
I think Galfine would agree.
Yes,
And
Delphine will
luckily-
agree, and she will
Luckily,
draw.
Zug isn't here, so he won't make kitten jerky jokes.
Then again, who did I just punch on your screen?
There, that's better. Stop punching.
There you go.
You're punching me
Oh.
All right.
on my screen.
So,
I'm here.
Harcourt.
Yes.
Following the previous day's bit of brain probing, you are kind of laying in bed, trying to find a way to fall asleep, hoping eventually you'll kind of get there. And for a moment, you start feeling like a pain in the back of your head, right as you feel like you're about to finally fall asleep. And it kind of shoots you back up. You feel disoriented. Give me a will save to kind of try to get your bearings.
One will save. Come here, Willie.
Willy.
Will
Chilly
save.
Willy. Ooh.
I
So
didn't see it.
you sit up.
That's horrible.
You sit up and you're suddenly very confused. Where are you? This isn't. You start shouting for Carver. You don't hear his voice in your head.
Oh no.
What's going on?
Freaking out, man! I'm freaking out!
You're worried. Did you lose him? Maybe you should go ask. Go find Candor. Maybe you can just find Candor. He'll be able to answer the
Where's
question.
Candor? Where's Candor? Why do I want to fight Candor?
Do you leave your room to go look for Candor?
Sure, let's go take and do that.
You got into the hallway. It's not your hallway. This isn't the apartment building you were in before. This is much darker, much more clean and empty. There's no paintings on the wall. The floor is just very poor wood. Something's wrong. You're not where you should be.
What the hell's going on?
My God, I didn't even turn the Discord volume down.
A couple of people start coming out of their rooms and rushing over to you. Ask what's wrong. Give me an intelligence check to see if you can recognize them.
Intel. Ink.
Okay. You start noticing. Wait. Those are Fam Hands people. Maybe. Give me another will save. See if you can pull out of this. It's actually enough. You start to put it together. You're in the Fam Hands building. You're not in Sierra Savant. Carver's not in your head anymore. Candor's someone you need to find. But the memories, they keep blinking a bit. You keep feeling thoughts of like, but this should have been in my room and it's not in your room, and your outfit should be different, but it's not. Things are starting to feel kind of non-cohesive. Memories are starting to switch into things. Maybe some sleep would help. Maybe it's just, it's too soon since then. Maybe you can try to get back to bed.
Let's do that.
Okay. Go ahead and give me one more will save. Let's see if you can get to sleep.
No, I can't.
Okay. You will unfortunately spend the next day, the next part of the morning, at a -1 to all checks, skill, attack rolls, saves.
Ugh. Yeah.
Pax. We've been through this evening quite a few different renditions. And tonight will be no different for poor Pax. You've been dealing with a lot of issues with odd thoughts coming to your head. How do you want to handle this evening? Do you feel comfortable sleeping at home? Do you want to try to sleep somewhere else? Do you want to try some more meditation?
Maybe I'll go sleep in the forest.
Okay. So you're gonna head out in the evening down the roads?
I don't know. When you say it that way, it seems like a bad idea.
Nonsense. If you wanna rest there, you can make a trek.
Okay.
Okay. You are wandering along the roadways. Can you show me the route that Pax would take on the map? Just take your little figure and drag it along the the spots that intersect before you get there. I want to basically know if you're taking the top route or the bottom route.
And you want me to go, because I was already in Dryad, you want me to go back to...
Yeah, show me if you're going to take the top route or the bottom route.
What are the different advantages and disadvantages?
You don't know. This is just up to your personal preference and where you want to walk and how you want to walk. Remember, though, taking the top route, you're going to be walking next to goblin territory, the people who don't exactly have good feelings about you.
Okay.
Okay. So you take the bottom route, and right around the point that you reach the cantina area, there are a couple of people hanging out outside on the roadway. Hey, Goblin, what you doing here?
Just going for a walk.
The couple of guys step out in front of you. It's a dangerous time of night to be out for a walk in these parts.
No, it's only like 5 o'clock.
You go to bed at 5?
I didn't, go there straight when I was going to go to bed. That would be dumb. I left in the early evening.
You were busy quite a bit the day before.
I'm very efficient with my productivity.
No, this is a little later in the evening. The soonest you'd be able to is quite a ways after a little ways after sundown.
Well, then I probably wouldn't have gone if you told me it was that late.
Okay. So you're too scared? You don't even know what could have happened here. For all you know, those people are going to give you money to help you out. Or an escort.
Oh, I'm not in the business of escorts. No, it's just, if it's that late, I'm already sleepy. I think I'll just end up sleeping in my bed.
Okay. Then you're just going to go straight to sleep?
Yep.
Okay. Give me a will save as you start trying to get to sleep.
Okay.
All right. So laying there, you're starting to feel that usual pattern of thought happen. You just wish your party would be better. Stop being so idiots. Stop being such jerks. If they could just realize that, like, your way, it's right. You're going to do the right thing.
I don't remember any of these kinds of thoughts.
Wait. No, that's not what you want. They're your friends. Being mad at them isn't what you want to do. They've been helpful to you. They're there for you. And this evening, you'll sleep easy.
Because I didn't get murdered by some strangers.
More so because you made your will save.
Ew.
What?
That's a gross face in the Discord. Per James.
Oh. So, Galphine, how you feeling about it?
I'm so confused.
I bet you are.
No, if I pull, like, if I have the chat open, it switches James and Whitney, but if I put it down, like, it goes back.
Oh.
Why is it like this?
It just is.
No, don't care.
So, Galphine, what have you come up with? How do you feel about what you should do to make right this circumstance? Or do you feel like you just need to push it down and let it go? Or maybe you felt good about it. Maybe you felt like they deserved it.
I think I might just want to let it go.
Because you are just a cold-hearted murderer!
Yeah, you takes one to know one.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and give me a will save? Let's see how good you are at kind of pushing that feeling down. Your sleep is kind of rough too this evening. You're going to find yourself in about the same kind of situation that James is. Really rough, really tired. Not a good way to start your day. Waking up, having woken up a few times in the middle of the night, thinking about that person, the way they looked lying there on the ground, the way you didn't bother to call anybody for help, you just rushed out without thinking, without caring. You can't think about it, but you gotta let it go. You had to save your friend. You couldn't have done anything for them, except maybe at least shouted for somebody. Done something. No. Need to sleep. Gotta sleep.
Don't worry, we'll get some Folgers. You'll be fine. Best part of waking up. Folgers in your cup.
All right. Well, the two of you can go down earlier for your daily stuff if you'd like. Maybe you want to see if there's something to help you wake up a little bit.
Like a big bowl of beef stew.
Ew.
Ew.
Doesn't cocaine sound much more appealing?
Than beef stew?
Yeah.
No.
Cocaine is vegetarian.
They don't have breakfast beef stew.
What? They have breakfast cocaine?
I mean, if you want to find cocaine, you can find, well, the equivalent of cocaine around here. You can find the equivalent of cocaine.
What is it?
You'll have to look around for it.
What's it called?
You gotta look around for it.
Up your nose. That's what it's called.
If you don't know what drugs are called, it's hard to buy them. You gotta ask around. You gotta see if you can find somebody who can get you something that'll give you a little pick-me-up.
Oh, well, I'm the one who slept okay, so...
Yeah. So, Harcourt, Galphine, being up a little bit early, anything you guys want to do before you have to meet with the rest of the group?
Find the girls.
Coffee and breakfast.
Okay. So you're going to go down and have some coffee. The coffee will help you for a couple hours to be a little more awake. But after a couple of hours, you'll be kind of right back in the same state if you don't keep it up. Galphine, how about you? You just going to try to endure, or do you want to try to find yourself something to help?
I'm gonna do the thing that no one ever expects. Draw.
Okay. It's really hard to focus on your drawing with as tired as you are, but you still set your focus at it, intent on trying to finish up today's work. Pax, your sleep was great. You had one of the best sleeps you've had in a few days.
Good. I deserve it.
You sleep so well, you do end up waking up a little bit early before everybody else would normally be.
I sleep so well I wake up early? That's weird.
Just a little bit. You had a nice, refreshing sleep.
I wake up before the other folks?
You wake up probably before one or two of the rest. You guys kind of have like a preset time of day that you're supposed to meet up. And you realize you're awake a little earlier than you would normally be. You don't really have any way to tell the time. You've just been kind of going off of where the sun is at. Where the first sun is at. So it's a little rough to determine. You can tell there's no light yet in the sky. Like the first sun hasn't started to crest the mountain range. So you're up pretty early. Normally you guys meet at about half sun over Mountain's Edge. So you got a little while. Is there anything you want to do this morning?
Breakfast.
So you're heading straight down to breakfast either way?
Because that way I can get second breakfast.
Okay. What do you want to get for first breakfast then?
Beef stew.
I want eggs and hash browns and fruit.
Beef stew.
Okay. Fruit. The best they're going to be able to do for you today is they've got an apple that you can have.
Mm-hmm.
It's half rotten.
And it's not half rotten, thankfully.
You're half rotten.
No, he's mostly rotten.
Mostly.
Eventually, Harcourt and Galfine will make their way down to the table after you've finished your breakfast, and probably
First breakfast.
Yeah, and probably gotten your second breakfast in front of you. Eventually, Meg makes her way down to the table as well. Meg also seems rather tired this morning. She nods and just takes a seat. Zug, however, is not yet to be found. However, one very familiar face makes their way over to the table. Galfine. It's your friend, who we still, I don't think, have given a name.
It's Fighty McFight. Let's call him that. Fighty McFight.
I'll have a name for him in a little bit. Galfine, I've heard rumor that you recently encountered some of the werewolves in House Zoe. Is that true?
Yes.
Is everything okay? Did you or any of your friends get bit?
No.
You're sure?
He's concerned.
Do I remember? No one got bit, right?
Not that you're aware of.
Okay.
James.
Harcourt.
Harcourt. Why don't you give me an intel check? As he asks about people getting bit.
Intel. 9.
Oh. That reminds you that, like, real quick, you check. No, your bite's not there. That's right. That was not this time around.
That was a different space.
Do you know if there's a chance you're going to be seeing the werewolves again?
I think the answer was yes.
What's up, Tom?
So,
Bom, 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 bom! And Tom enters the game!
With a bright light in his face.
So,
Yeah, he's
Zug,
an angel now.
you have a pretty decent sleep compared to a couple of the others here that did not. And you're making your way down to breakfast, and you notice that fighter that Galfine's been hanging around with here and there is standing at the table and asking some questions about the werewolves as you start making your way up. So you're going to be seeing the werewolves again?
Yeah.
This might come as a surprise to you, but I know one of them. Well,
Personally?
before they got bit. There's something that I would appreciate it if you guys could get to her. And he reaches into his armor and he pulls out a small necklace and he sets it down on the table in front of you, Galfine. If you could make sure that she gets this, I hope it helps. I know that after being bit, things can be rough for a lot of people. They tend to change a lot. And I just hope that maybe it gives her a bit of hope. Can you do this for me?
If I run into her, I will.
Thank you. Thank you all. He turns and he heads back to his table. Alright, so everybody is sitting around the table. And as usual around this time of day, when you all finally get together, you get your question of the day. Today's question is, what are you doing tomorrow?
Is that a trick question?
that the werewolf trip?
No, today is the werewolf trip, is the second werewolf trip.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully relaxing.
Covering
Hopefully-
from... No, go ahead.
Hopefully alive, living currently
That too.
tomorrow. This is my goal.
Drinking and recovering from my wounds.
Ooh, I'll play a show at the pub.
Yeah, you stole one.
Okay. Galfine, how about you?
Breathing.
Meg says something about trying to rectify the injustices of gnomish society and their societal influences.
That sounds good too.
A message comes back. If you're all in good working order, we may have additional work for you. I know it's close to... it would be immediately after a job you're already doing. But if you're all feeling up to it, perhaps stop back in the morning tomorrow. Either way, proceed with your questions to each other. Thank you.
Question.
What is your favorite smell?
Not allowed to tell you in mixed polite company?
Then I don't want to know.
Meg answers with her answer that will come later.
Freshly fireballed humans.
What does that mean?
I find that
My favorite
slightly
smell.
offensive. I really find that offensive.
Mine is a three-way tie. It's between grass that is wet, and raspberries on the bush, and what was the third one? Campfires, but no human flesh, just wood burning.
Galfine, you didn't answer this question.
Smell of wood burning is nice.
Okay. All right, who's got next question?
What is your favorite letter of the alphabet?
Q.
G.
Z.
Man, y'all are not creative.
Meg asks which alphabet.
Common. Let's go there.
Now, Meg will have to get back to you on that one. She starts talking about how all of the letters are important and they all help in conversation, and that without those letters we couldn't have this conversation to begin with.
It's true. I asked for a straight answer, so
All of them.
I will put the number 0. And my response is B because it has 2 holes.
All right. Who's next?
What's your favorite thing that you've bought for your house?
We don't have houses.
The apartment.
That's a silly question.
Yeah, apartment.
It's not for my apartment, but I bought a piccolo, and that was exciting.
This is a hotel. I don't have to buy anything.
Well,
Room service sucks, though.
okay.
I haven't exactly bought anything for my room.
Meg
We all know
Meg
what
expresses
you're
that she prefers the simplicity right now of an empty room.
Kitty.
But how about you, Zug?
Oh, definitely my desk that was improved by the delivery dude.
Got super clean.
Yup.
The cleanest.
All right, Galfine, one more question, and it's gotta come from you.
What's your least favorite color?
Least favorite color. That would be my own blood on the ground.
Like when it's fresh or like dried.
The color or blood?
The blood, like it changes colors.
My blood on the ground.
Right, like when it's fresh or when it's dried blood.
What difference does it make?
It's a different color.
It's my blood on the ground.
Yeah, and it's different when it's fresh and it's dry. I don't know why this is so complicated. I like all the colors.
You don't have a least favorite?
Nope.
She likes them all equally because without all those colors, we wouldn't be able to see.
They all have
I'm
value.
assuming it's the Meg style answer. So.
I think Meg actually, if I remember correctly, would have a. Well, I think Meg has a least favorite color, but I don't know if I would be correct. But I believe it's darkness, or something evil.
Oh, but not a favorite letter. Got it.
All right, Zug, how about you? Least favorite color?
I hate orange.
Why?
No
the
reason.
Fruit or the color?
I imagine Zug also hates fruit. The fruit. All right, Gelfie, what's your least favorite color?
Pink.
Why?
Just doesn't look as good as the other colors.
Depends on your vantage point.
Dunch. All right, so something new that we're going to start doing is a recap bonus. So if you can successfully tell me what happened last week, you volunteer.
I will never win this.
Then
Also,
you can.
Last week, I can tell you, nothing happened. We didn't play I Want the Bonus.
Last session.
No, you said last week.
Fine. You get a 1 experience bonus for remembering what happened last week.
What does that do for me?
You have 1 more experience than the rest of the party. So, on your character sheet,
Uh-huh.
if you go to...
I think I should get a whole new level.
That's what everybody wants.
Where do I go? Oh, are you moving it?
Yeah, I'm looking to see... I forget where they put it on this. If you go to experience points, you can change that 0 to be a... Actually, I think this is off. No, because it should be 1,000, 3,000, right?
How do I know?
Hold on. Pretty sure it's 1, 3.
Mine says 2,000.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, it's
I'm
2,000.
right
Okay,
at
you're currently at...
Oh, there it is.
You should be currently at 2,000.
Nah, mine's accurate.
At 27,000?
And then when you get to 5,000 is the next level.
So you're putting me at 2001?
So you're at 2001 experience. Good job.
That's-
You helped recap us for last week. Now, who wants to recap us for last session? That's worth a
probably.
reasonable amount more experience.
Yeah, I mean, I probably could.
Okay, go for it.
Well, we went to, do the first werewolf trip. We charmed one of the werewolves, used the scroll on the other, successfully did our mission. Then they told us that we're gonna have to go down the werewolf path again. We pretty much got ready. We did a trip to do the silver weapon thing. So we should be all set with that. James pulled the Candor item out. We checked it out. I couldn't figure out what it was, but I was readying an identify spell for the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I haven't used yet. This is the next day now.
Yep.
I think that was pretty much the main important things. Everybody, was buying random stuff and going to, the tavern and stuff like that. Nothing else, I think, important really happened.
Okay.
I got my brain sucked.
Yeah.
And Galfine let a guy die.
Yeah, come on. I was gonna say that even.
I'm over to the dark side.
All right. Well, Zug, you can get 20 experience for the recap, and Pax and Harcourt, you can get an extra 5 experience each for remembering the added tidbit.
They seem like unfair quantities.
I mean, he gave us the bulk of the recap. All right. So, you've got that identify spell all ready to go there, Zug?
Yep.
Harcourt, are you going to hand over the arrow to him?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we wouldn't be doing it at breakfast, right?
No, where do you guys want to do the process?
I think it should probably be at Zug's place.
Okay.
That way it's him all focusy and shit.
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna show off my house items I bought.
Your amazingly clean table.
Yeah.
All right,
I
is
got my bookshelf, my desk.
Is everyone going over to Zug's, or is it just going to be Harcourt? It sounds like it's just
I'll
Harcourt.
go.
Okay.
I didn't know anyone else was invited.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Okay. The five of you all head back, and yeah, you get to see it. Zug has a pretty nice bookshelf and a really nice and extra clean table. Like some of the other stuff in the room has at least some dust on it. The table is entirely dust free.
Think of the things you could do on that desk. So clean.
So you head into the room, and you start to cast the Identify spell. Does Identify... I want to make sure it doesn't require anything real quick for casting. Nope, just there's a material component, but that's it. Okay. So go ahead and give me the spellcraft check that has to go along with it. Okay, so that is a 23. So with that, you're able to identify that this is an arrow of seeking. So this arrow, when you focus on an individual, the arrow will orient better in the direction of that individual, regardless of where that individual is. However, it does depend on how well you shoot the arrow, or you can choose to throw the arrow. So it's more of a course correcting thing than it is like you can't just let it go, have it drop, and it will move towards that. You have to give it some momentum, and it will pull in a specific direction towards a target. If fired out of a bow, and you have a specific target in mind, you get a +3 bonus when firing that arrow. However, if you have no target in mind when you're firing the arrow, or you do not specify a target when firing the arrow has no additional bonus. And the bonus is only to attack, it is not to damage.
All right. I need to go outside and shoot this arrow somewhere. Or,
In public.
Or throw it lightly. To see where it starts pointing.
Alright, so do you want to head down and do that now, or do you want to wait till a little later?
We don't have to go just yet, do we?
No, not quite yet.
Then yeah, I would like to go to an area that's less conspicuous than others.
Okay.
The
Someplace
darkest
nearby.
alley in the city.
Yeah, just someplace where I have a little bit of open space. I'm not going to shoot it. I'm literally just going to toss it lightly.
Okay.
So it has that momentum.
Yeah.
It'll start to correct and drop.
So you toss it, and you see it curve, but it doesn't curve a lot. It just curves a little bit. Do you want to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do it again, and you get a little more of a curve. But these are very small movements, and right now it's kind of guiding you into a wall.
But if I'm turning with the arrow when I toss it.
Right. So
I'm not picking it up where it's dropping
right.
and then.
So
throwing it
imagine you toss it forward. Right. The arrow moves a little over this way and forward as you throw it.
Right.
And so you move to where the arrow was, and then you, in the direction the arrow is pointing, throw it again. And it curves a little more, but then it gets to a wall.
Right. I'll pick it up, back up, but stay in the same direction. Give it another toss.
Okay. It goes straight forward into the wall.
It's still going into the wall.
Yes. Because it's going to point in a very specific direction.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're thinking of... You said you were thinking of Candor, right? I think I...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm definitely thinking of Candor with this.
Yep.
Okay. I just don't want to, fire it off and lose sight of it.
No problem. Or have it
Okay.
hit something and potentially break.
Right, and I don't want to do it in public because I don't want people like, what the hell are you shooting arrows for?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to notate that I guess I don't have a compass. Who has a compass? Do I have a compass?
Nobody's got a
Does
compass.
anybody have a compass?
Nope. Nobody has a map either, for that matter.
Oh, better delete our map you've been showing us.
No, you can find a map in town periodically, but you don't have anything to mark down, like the findings currently from the arrow.
Well, I do have paper, ink, and quill. Do I have a quill?
Do you have any ranks in...
I have ink pens.
Do you have any ranks in profession cartographer?
No, I'm going to write something very crude.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I understand it's not going to be detailed. I'm just like, draw the alley, draw the building,
Okay.
point in that general direction, just so I got, orientation of the street where I came off the alley.
Okay.
Walk out, see if I can figure out where the other side of the building.
Yeah, so you walk around to the other side of the building and try to orient yourself as best as you can, Center, and
Best
you want
I
to
can.
go ahead and
Is
toss
there
it again?
No, and try it again.
Yep. So you toss it again, and again it curves just a little bit, and then you reorient your bearings and you toss it again. And again you end up eventually running into the next building.
We're gonna have to get outside. Need to get into a larger open space. Need this to point in a specific direction before I pull this trigger. What is the nearest open space we can use?
All right, I'm gonna let you think on that. I will be right back in just a moment.
It's frozen. Michelle's unfrozen.
All right, we're back. Thanks. So you want to look for a potentially bigger area that you can work with it. Okay. Again, though, that's going to be difficult because you don't know where bigger areas really are. You know there's the market square, but that's kind of in the opposite direction of where this has pulled you already. Outside of that, you haven't really done a lot of traveling around Akunsaunt, so you don't really have a good feel for like what's in what area.
Well, what if I... Just a large area to give me a direction. You know, like a compass head.
Sure.
Then I can follow that path till I get... So yeah, if I can go back, we can head back to the market square to figure that out.
Okay.
Provided there's nobody there.
Yeah, so you head back to the trading post, as it's called. It's a little light because it's still early enough in the morning that there's not a lot of people in the area. You can kind of find a smaller area, maybe sort of off and a little out of the way, and you can you're going to give it a toss then again.
Yep.
Okay, and then you watch. You got to do it a couple of times to get kind of your bearings in the direction that you want to go, but you manage to get yourself set in a pretty straight pointed line.
Now it's definitely, it keeps going in the same direction at this point.
Yes.
Every time it's tossed.
Yep. It takes about 6 or 7 tosses to get it to give you a pretty reliable pathway.
And which direction is it relative to? See from the training post, I know where the cantina is, and I know where the Farmhands building is.
Sure. Give me a... See, you're still going to need a little bit of a survival here, though, because you're estimating based on how you walk there. You don't walk straight lines to either of these places. You got to go around a few roads to get from point A to point B. I mean, you are in the trading post, though, so if you did want to, I don't know, look around for like a compass and maybe a map. There are the tools here.
Yeah, why don't we see if I can find a compass first?
Okay. So, are you going to look for a new compass, or are you really not concerned with the condition overall?
I'm not worried about the condition.
Okay. Let's see here. Go ahead and give me a diplomacy to look around to see if you can find yourself a compass.
Diplomacy. Want to bluff?
No, it needs to either be a diplomacy or knowledge local.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to have a little bit of trouble, and it's going to take you quite a while to find. You can do either untrained, though, because this is gathering info.
I just don't have... Another one of those things. Okay. What? Stop being picky. Diplomacy.
Okay, that's rudimentary enough. I just want to make sure. I wanted to get an idea about for how long it's going to take you to find it, because it's not a readily available item as you're looking around. It's very uncommon that you'd find it, and most of the people that seem to know that they have one seem to know that it's a more valuable thing. One of the
I'll be
lowest.
back in a second, guys.
Yeah, no problem. One of the lowest priced ones you find is around 15 gold.
Yeah, I'll pick that up.
Okay. It's a bit scuffed up. It looks like it's probably been somebody else's before, and they just traded it here for something else. But it still seems to point in what you have to assume would be north. The direction is always the same, no matter how you turn it, so you do know that at least the magnet is functioning properly. Do you want to get a map as well, or do you just want to go off the try to go off the compass?
I just Yeah, let's see if we can find a map too.
Okay. So map is a lot easier to find for around here, depending upon the type of map that you want. There is a map very similar to the one that you see as like the main map. This is the most common map you can find. You can pick up a map like that for about 5 coppers. If you want a more detailed map that has a few more like attractions on it or has some street layouts, you can get something like that, but the price starts to go up depending upon how detailed you want it to be. Even
so
go ahead.
The map we're looking at right now is the most rudimentary.
That is the most rudimentary. That is a 5 copper piece map right there.
I think for right now, for my purposes, this would be more than sufficient, so I'll take that.
Yep. So half a silver or 5 coppers.
5 copper, got that. You 5 copper.
Excellent.
We'll reorientate myself in the direction the arrow was pointing. Look at the compass, correlate that to the map.
Yep.
And mark and take my pen and mark the direction on there.
Okay. So this requires a little bit of a survival check because you are dealing with a very crude map. The map and the compass do both give you a bonus. The map gives you a +1, and the compass gives you a +2.
Survival. The journey's all awesome. Looking through.
Should be down towards the bottom.
It is. I turned off a lot of them.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. So this gives you a pretty good course to follow. You follow along with the arrow pretty well until all of a sudden when you toss it, it stops functioning. It doesn't go anywhere. You are right about. Let me give you a ping. Are you looking at the map right now in Roll20?
I'm looking at the map.
So you're a little north of the library, right about here, when all of a sudden the arrow stops functioning.
Okay.
And it's like not pulling anywhere. Either he's supposed to be right here, or he's suddenly vanished from the face of the world.
Magic ran out of the arrow.
Well, you can test that by thinking about somebody in the party and like lofting the arrow up.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn back. I'm gonna turn and face back. Turn back, face towards the farmhand building, and I'll think of Galphine and her murderous ways.
Yeah, you notice
and just toss it forward.
You notice the arrow pulls towards that direction.
Okay. That means he has to either be nearby or it's part of my puzzle is gear.
I'm going to let you give me an intel check here, because I don't think you interacted with this, so I don't think it's. I'm trying to remember if this party did or not. I think they did. Go ahead and give me an intel check. Okay. That is good enough to recall that if he's maybe found Abram Narenhawk, if maybe Abram Narenhawk is here, or if he's in extra-dimensional space of some sort, the arrow may not work in extra-dimensional space.
Nice, yeah.
You do remember having been in an extra-dimensional space from time to time,
Yep.
and that people can't detect you or can't see what you're doing, like from the outside world, if they're not in the same shared space. But it's about time anyway that the group needs to get a move on to getting their mission taken care of for the day.
All right. Let's go rock and roll.
All right, so you guys meet up back at the Famhands building with your good friend Yessex. He is happy to see all of you again. I hope the werewolf problem is the same as it was last time. Whatever you did before, if we can have that happen again, we should be able to sort of set this up as a regular ongoing thing with a different crew, unless you all want to do it for any particular reason, for a more permanent stretch.
No, probably not.
All right. Then let's get this one accomplished. He guides you the couple of hours it's going to take you to get back to the Rezik's ranch. You guys load up the cart and start heading back through Zoe territory.
All right, I'm percepting, watching for werewolves.
Yep. Go ahead and give me a
Anything
perception.
else?
One sec. I'm trying to remember how to. I thought there was a bulk way to throw everybody.
Let's see.
Nope. Alright, so.
Oh.
Why did my music suddenly start?
Roll
was-
for initiative, guys.
That was random. Alright, so, you're traveling down the road, back down the familiar stretch you were before. And. Zug, as you're coming down the roadway, you check where you did before. Right up near the top of the building. Make sure everything is showing up okay here. It's not. Why is that not? Okay, there we go. And everybody sees the map, right?
Yes.
Okay, good deal.
Well, by map you mean the road and the forest, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
All right, so you notice, Tom, that Zug,
look.
that once again the werewolves are up waiting on the roof. However, they both seem to just kind of be sitting there, not in the normal pattern they were before. Last time they were ready to pounce.
Okay, so they look like they're just planning on letting us pass?
Yeah, you wanna maybe shout out to them?
Why would we want to get their attention?
Actually, I'm gonna move them over to the other building because I think that would be a little more accurate.
What building? I don't see any of this.
Huh? You don't see the you don't see the road and then the four.
Oh, there it is. I had to zoom out to 50%.
Gotcha. Why can't I grab? Oh, because I moved their layer. Right. I'll move them over to the other building, so it makes a little more sense. So yeah, do you want to shout out to them? Do you want to let the cart move first and see what they do?
Do they look like they just haven't noticed us?
No, they.
Is that what it looks like?
Give me a sense motive. You're not sure if they've noticed you or not. Maybe it is that they haven't noticed you.
Can I do a sense motive?
You have to be able to see them, and Tom would have to point them out to you, or you can give me a perception now if you'd like.
Okay.
Well, Pax is next to me. I'm sure I would have let her know.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So Harcourt, Pax, you all see him up there.
So now we can do the sense motive?
Yeah.
Oh.
I still can't see anything.
That's because Galphine's got her sketchbook out as usual, not paying attention to the road ahead.
Why am I in the front then? This is a bad idea.
Well, you're supposed to be in the front because you're the frontline fighter, but you keep whipping out the sketchbook every time you get bored. So yeah, none of you are quite sure why they're just sitting up there. Some of you don't even see them up there.
One of us.
I mean, I'm just trying to pass by with with no combat. So if there's, so I'm not gonna like say anything that might like taunt them or get them pissed that like we were trying to lead them to the animals when they couldn't eat or whatever last time.
Okay. If so, none of you are going to interact with them.
No, I'm not gonna.
Okay. They jump down when the cart gets a little bit closer. The lighter colored, the bluish tinted one, takes a couple of steps forward. As Yesix brings the cart to a halt. The werewolf moves a little bit further forward. Where are you going? So, that was a very bad tonal impression. The voice is very feminine in nature, and give me a perception as she gets, as now you're much closer and she's moving in closer.
Oh, from just
Everybody.
Oh.
Hey, I can see now.
Okay,
Finally put down
so Zug, Galfine, and Pax, you all notice that she has a chain around her neck with a symbol at the bottom of it. The symbol around her neck is, let me see if I have that symbol on hand here. I don't think I do. I think it's pretty old. Let me see if this works. Can you do this? No? Okay. Hang on one sec. Let me open this up and try to save this down. No, I can't. It's in a Word document, unfortunately, so I'll have to extract it later. But it looks like the symbol looks very similar to a cornucopia.
All knowledge religion.
Yep. With a 19, that would be enough to tell you that this is a very this is not a very prevalent god or goddess, but this is the symbol of Athir. Athir is the goddess of luck and healing and protection. She tends to be a very positively motivated goddess. She teaches a lot of her followers that doing the right thing is important, but not trying to be kind of in everybody's way about the right thing is also just as important. It's a good idea to do the right thing when you need to do the right thing, but trying to push the right thing on other people to do is kind of a dick move.
Now is it bloody like the werewolf ate the person who was wearing it?
No.
Right.
She is not bloodied. What so where are you taking these?
I don't remember the name of the place that we were going with them.
Yesix is not able to respond. He's a little paralyzed in fear by the fact that there are the two werewolves here, and suddenly you're all talking to them. If somebody wants to try to shake Yesix out of it, give me either a diplomacy or a bluff, and see if you can get him back to his senses.
I will
Apparently not.
diplomate.
Okay. Okay, very good. So you move up to Yisix, and what do you say to him to help shake him out? Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing? Everything okay?
Yesix kind of shakes his head a bit. Yeah, I'm not, those are werewolves, you know, they could eat us.
Oh yeah, you're freaked out by last time, huh?
They did just jump down to eat us and then suddenly decided to leave.
I know, we worked it out with them.
The cleric shakes her head and her face seems to pout a little bit. I'm sorry, we've been dealing with some real issues that I've been trying to help the group get through. And unfortunately, a lot of the groups that have come through here recently with supplies and whatnot have decided to take directly to violence with us when they encounter us. In this particular case, my friend Robert here and I thought maybe we should take the proactive approach and try to stop you before you stopped us. I felt like maybe it was a bad idea, but I kind of let his feelings get the better of me. I am very sorry for that. Robert growls a little bit in the background. Give me a sense motive.
From who?
Right now, probably just you, Pax. You're close enough up.
Oh, just
you can. I guess, Doug, you probably can too, from the growl. Okay, yeah, you're not quite sure why he growled. Neither of you.
You might be hungry.
My name is Luca. And the reason I'm asking about where it is that you're going is I have some concerns that you may be helping to supply a group that is trying to just murder us. We're still people just like you. And these food supplies have started going up along with the number of raids that have been happening on our camp. We just want our space, you know? We didn't ask for this affliction, and we've managed to deal with some of the worst of it that we've got. But there are constant raiding parties or constant people that they keep sending to this area, and they keep claiming that it's unintentional, that they don't mean to, and that we're the ones performing the assaults. And I can't deny some of us have become a little skittish, and during some of the nights that we lose control, unfortunately we do end up making some mistakes. But we are working hard to find solutions, but we feel like we're doing that all on our own. None of the other houses are willing to accept us, and they won't simply banish us from Zoe. It seems they feel eradication of us is their only option. And they want to do it through trickery and dishonesty. I know you're not tied directly to Zoe in any way. Because these carts and your gear, you're not Zoe soldiers. I imagine you're probably just some fam hands farmed out to do a task. Maybe even make an excuse for the Zoe to the rest of the house to go to war with us. But I urge you to reconsider. If you have to make this drop, then make this drop. But I would ask that you instead make this drop with us. Come back to where we are. Bring the cart with you. Offer us the food that's on the cart. We'll pay for the food and the transport. We have the money. But I understand that accomplishing your mission is important to all of you. But
All right, I got to think knowledge law, like what sort of trouble
Yeah,
yep,
legally we might
I
be in.
concur.
go for it.
We
Give
did that.
me a knowledge law. You don't know exactly how bad, but I mean, an 11's enough to know that it's a pretty substantial breakage of the law. And with House Zoe, you could basically be banning yourself from ever being allowed to step foot back in the territory at the very least.
Oh, good. Let's do that. You know what I say? Fuck so.
I mean, okay, so I think that we have to bring this to Zoe. Is my opinion. But maybe we could work out some other deal with the werewolves.
Are you saying that out loud, or are you just offering that up like as a whisper to the rest of the
my
group?
teammates.
Okay.
My teammates, yeah.
All right.
I mean, the werewolves can probably overhear, but I mean,
Okay. How do the rest of you feel?
I'm saying it, yeah.
Right now, yeah. Right now, I don't want to rock the boat. As it?
Yeah, I mean, because
if we can make a deal with them, then
I mean, maybe we can't give them this shipment, but maybe we could create a shipment to give them later on of our own,
Okay.
this is true.
something like that. Because since they got money, you know.
They offer then that if you'd like to, if that's how you feel, then perhaps you can deliver your shipment and meet us back here when you finish the delivery of that shipment, and we can take you back to where we're staying, and you can see how we're living, and we can maybe work out some sort of compromise as to what you can facilitate for us or help facilitate for us.
What if one of us went with them right now to where they were? See what we got going down.
That seems dangerous.
I'm willing to go.
For someone to go off by themselves?
I'm willing to go.
I can go.
We could guide you there. We can take any of you that want to go there. We can assure you right now.
Because we know that if you promise us that nobody else, none of you are going to attack this train as it heads to its location, then yes, I will go back with you to your encampment to see what you got going down.
We will allow the cart on its way. We have no interest in creating any more problems. Like I said, we thought this was another Zoe trap. We wanted to eliminate it before it became a problem. But we have no interest in making any further problems. Now that we know that this cart isn't attempting to cause us problems, or isn't a decoy designed just to draw us out, we feel like we can be more willing to open up a dialogue, and maybe you guys can help us make some headway. Maybe if somebody other than us is starting the conversation, they might finally listen.
Yeah, I mean, for ample payment, I mean, I'm sure we can hopefully get something set up.
Okay. So who's going with the werewolves, and who's going to finish the delivery of the shipment?
I will
Delivery.
go with the werewolves.
Okay. So,
I'm willing to go with the werewolves.
okay, so Galfine and Harcourt, you're going with werewolves. Pax, Zug. Zug, you said you're going with the shipment.
Yeah.
Pax, are you going with the shipment as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, Meg, you going?
Meg's gonna stick with the shipment.
So Meg.
Alright, so Pax and Zug, your trip is very very uneventful, which is ultimately very good for the two of you.
Yep.
Did everybody just transition to a different map?
No.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
That's very weird.
Yeah,
I'm refreshing.
I'm not with the werewolves, but I see all the werewolves.
Yeah, that's... Everybody was supposed to transition. Let me...
Now I'm changing.
Okay.
I'm reloading it.
Nice werewolf camp.
Alright, so...
Okay.
Let me zoom this in. A bit.
Whoa.
Alright, so...
It still hasn't loaded.
Yeah, I'm also having problems getting it to show up on the...
Oh. I see a place.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ha 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 ha.
I didn't transition either, but I have to manually transition all my things. Okay. So. Yeah, I need to get this to zoom out a little more. Okay. So you come up the pathway down about here. Oops. And let me go ahead and throw your characters out there.
Sounds aggressive.
Oh, it has to
Yep.
be. I'm going to aggressively throw your two characters out there.
You're gonna digitally, aggressively throw your digitally ass over there.
Yup. This and... Oops. Sure, easier to move people around this. Ah! Galfina's size too big.
Huge.
Now my name's just huge.
Yeah, that's because the map was very small when I did it. I thought it was much bigger. Turned out not to be the case. Can you double check and make sure you can move your character as well?
I am Harcourt the Mighty.
Excellent.
Ah.
Shouldn't I be bigger than Harcourt though?
Yeah, I'm adjusting sizes.
Just a little.
All right. So Robert ran up ahead as Luca guides you into the encampment. So what you can see here as you come up is this seems to be a bit of a trading post of sorts that they've set up. The three buildings here, come on, and here are each little trading posts that have a small variety of goods within them. The buildings to the left, the two buildings to the left, both are businesses. One offering bits of scrap materials. The other is a place offering some weaponry and some cloth armors. The building to the center north appears to be some sort of like community hall. And the building to the south seems to be a living quarters. we've set up things to be very safe here, as safe as we can. We all held ownership of all this property prior to declaring that this is our space. We wish to have all of this be ours. Zoe wishes for that not to be so. Zoe believes that you're not allowed to pool resources together. They believe what is one's is one's, and what is one's cannot be another's without a bond of marriage. However, marriage must be approved by the elders of House Zoe. If your marriage is not approved, you do not get to share assets. You may live with someone, but you must keep your assets entirely separated. If both of you make a purchase, it is the purchase of one, not of two. And if one of you dies, the family collects your assets. So it can be rather dangerous to live with somebody and have your finances in that person's name, and that person passes on, and you are left with nothing. Or like what happened to us, we were declared as outcasts. We were declared that our disease no longer entitles us to our ownership of our land, of our goods, of our money. We are no longer considered people in the eyes of House Zoe. This is not how the law considers it, but the law is very gray with regard to the humanities. Lycanthropy is technically a disease, and there are different allotments in the law for how the diseased may be classified dependent upon each house. Zoe has chosen the worst of them.
Because fuck Zoe.
Well, we'd like it to not be that way.
Oh, Zoe's just the worst.
You will find, though, that my open-mindedness and willingness to try to work peacefully on these problems is not one that's shared by all of my companions here. Many of them do get rather hot-headed and look upon most outsiders, most non-ware people, to be people that only wish them death. We want to change that. I've been working with them to change that. We have regular sessions where we talk about how to contain the hunger, how to keep our minds in the right place. But the disease does mean that on the wrong day, any one of us can be a problem. My belief is if we could keep a supply of food coming in, a good enough supply of meat, then we could at least live out the rest of our days with this disease. And if we can get another house to acknowledge that we are as valid as people as everyone else here, then Zoe might lose their footing, and we might be able to contain the disease until we all pass on. But it is very difficult right now. We don't have a lot of resources. Food is sparse. It's whatever we can manage to find with whomever is willing to make a trade. Or if somebody hasn't gotten it, we feast on what remains they bring. It's not the way that I want it. We can't share affection with each other for fear that we'll produce more of our kind and the hunger will just continue.
Do any of those soldiers try and come in here to roust you out?
The soldiers have held back. The benefit that we have, at least in this position, and part of the benefit to the way this silly little housing structure in our family has been put together, it's very difficult for them to launch an offensive into our area when many of them have much more limited mobility than we do. We can make it to the tops of the roofs. We can move much faster. It is not very advantageous for them to launch a frontal assault on us. So the military dares not make an attack. So the military dares not make an attack. The family doesn't want to lose a lot of people for nothing.
Okay, so off-screen comment. So where are they in relation to like the wall of the caldera?
Sure. Let me throw you back at. Let me know if you transition back to the city map here. Oh, jeez.
Transition back to the music.
Yeah, I actually realized why. I'm gonna stop it. But did it transition back to the?
No.
Yes.
Okay. You may need to refresh. Are you able to see it, James? Since you were the one who asked. Okay.
Refreshing. So refreshing.
I'm still at Werewolf Land. I have refreshed it.
Okay. What does this even mean? Why is there even a players thing to move players if it doesn't move players?
Zug's at the metallurgist of the goblins.
Metallurgist.
Metallurgist.
Metallology. Alright, did you guys transition now?
Still
Yeah.
loading.
Okay.
Now I'm there.
Blank screen. There we are.
Okay. So, on the map there, this is so annoying that all these maps are different sizes, so they all show up as different sizes in each screen. So the territory that you're in is right about here. I'll go ahead and give that to you on the map since you have this map and you can write it on your own.
So they're nowhere near the wall of the caldera.
No. The werewolves are close enough to Rezix, but far enough away from the wall. The wall area is actually... give me an intel check to see how well you remember the layout of House Zo.
Damn, bitch.
Or a knowledge...
That is not what I
Or a
had.
knowledge local.
Shit, my character sheet shut. Hang on.
Thanks for the follow, Dano.
It shuts every time you reload.
Oh, that's
Refresh.
nice.
Yeah.
That's annoying as fuck.
Yeah, there's quite a few things about Roll20 that don't work very well.
Okay. Intel?
Yeah.
Come on, big number.
Okay, excellent. So what you remember about the layout of House Zo from last time is that... Whoop, and then he disappears. Okay. So there are 2 points... Oops, I'm in the wrong control. There are 2 major points of wealth. The first is towards the center of House Zo. This is roughly where James T. and a few of the people who work with the Ministry of Trade reside, and along the Caldera Wall. Along the Caldera Wall, people have sort of built their homes into the wall of the Caldera, and these are largely people who control a very large amount of the jewel economy. So they own maybe a very specific, mining operation for very specific jewels. or they might own like a large enough quantity of the resources that effectively they have wealth well beyond that of others. But otherwise, throughout the rest of the town, it's largely lower class people. So the werewolves exist sort of in a middle point between the two.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but it's a little choppy.
You're choppy too.
Very choppy.
Okay, this ain't just me.
You're clearing up now.
Yeah, Steve is the only one that's breaking up for me.
Agreeable.
Okay, I'm showing good communication. Discord and Roll20. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can hear you the whole time. It's just been choppy.
Okay, and I'm getting a little bit of robotizing. Alright, is it cleared up now? Is this better?
Seems like it.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Okay.
So is that close enough to Rezix that if they were to be attacked, they wouldn't be attacked from the Rezix side?
If Rezix were to, like, if for some reason word were to break out between Zoe and Rezix, the werewolves would be one of the first casualties of that war.
So I'm saying if Zoe tried to attack the camp, would Zoe be able to attack them from the Rezix side?
No, there would not be enough units from that area. Like, to mount an offensive like that, everyone would have to sort of wrap around the area. It's like if we look, they'd have to kind of go around on each side and then come back in. And Rezix, there does exist in the law. Well, I guess actually you don't know this, and Zug doesn't happen to be there at the moment. So yeah, I can't elaborate too much more without giving you metagame knowledge.
Well, my thought is that Rezix would hate them too because they're evil. Or werewolves tend to be evil.
Well, I'll go ahead. He can relay this information to you later. So, Tom, if you want to make me a knowledge law, I can explain one of the pieces that might be missing here.
Because I forget, what is House Rezix deal?
So, Rezix is basically farmers and animal handlers.
Okay. Their alignment, though, on the whole was...
The overall alignment is... Hang on.
I should have to give you knowledge history.
Yeah. Just ruined all my cameras, too. Damn it.
Pull that up. There's my knowledge history.
There we go. Oh, did I just crash?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Just everybody's video feed froze except mine.
Look, you rolled 50.
Okay. So, give me your question again.
If what Rezix overall align?
Oh yeah. So I need to pull that up from here. So I can't pull up the Discord notes. Well, a minute or it starts screwing up the video. So Rezix is lawful neutral overall.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah. Well,
So
I guess at this point we just...
Going back real quick though, also to Tom's knowledge law, which is a very important part of this. So.
Yep.
Under the existing law, and Tom, that's a very good role to get a very good piece of information about this. There's a limit to the number of soldiers that you can have advance within a certain distance of the edge of any of the territories. It's called the Peacekeeper Accord. If a number of soldiers greater than a certain number per square foot advances past a certain distance, that it can be declared as an act of war. So if Zoe were to move too many units to the edge of House Rezix and to launch an assault on the werewolves, then Rezix would see that as, oh, you suddenly have hundreds of military units there. Are you attempting to invade us? And Rezix may take their own action against House Zoe. And potentially be in the right lawfully.
Interesting.
My thought is being, if we could somehow speak with someone in House Rezix to give the werewolves asylum, if we can prove they are attempting to stay into themselves.
Certainly,
So
you can.
So if that were ever to happen, if Zoe were ever to assault them, then they could literally just dart straight across the Rezix border
Okay.
and be given asylum.
Okay. Yeah. So you can have.
I'm talking to. I would be telling Tom this.
Okay.
Sorry.
So before we jump to that real quick, is there anything else you'd want to communicate with the werewolves, or would you want to go get your party and bring the party back here?
Talk about them. What kind of deal they want for, like, if we can get them meat.
So what they'd be looking for is there are about 15 of them here. So they'd want to make sure they have probably twice a regular person's supply of meat on hand per day. So they'd be willing to pay for, a few larger animals, and they may not necessarily be able to have enough to trade up front, but they could convert the supplies into other things. Leatherworking is not something that any house has any claim directly over. So they could work out trades for leatherwares. They obviously have access to fur products that they could augment the leatherwares with. Many of them tend to be very good at crafting a variety of other things. So there are things that they could trade with Rezix, but they would need to know that they have grounds to even trade with them first. But they don't have a lot of currency, and so they can't necessarily offer a large amount of money up front for a delivery.
So there's no chance of us getting a down payment.
No, unfortunately not. They all of them like seem to sort of, you can tell by just the supplies as you look around at some of the trading posts and by the weapons that are there. What they have crafted is like, it's reasonable in quality, but none of it's really exceptional.
Got it. Since we're still in the werewolf encampment, this is the point where I'm going to nudge Galfine and remind her of the item that was given to her.
I know. I was waiting for you to do that whole thing first. Because I wanted to ask, did that friend ever tell me what the werewolf I'm looking for looks like?
He wasn't sure what she looks like now. He hasn't seen her since she turned.
Did he at least give me a name?
Actually, he did not. He was in such a hurry to give you the locket that.
So it's just a female werewolf.
Yes.
Great. Guess I gotta interview all the female werewolves and find out who knows this guy.
Who knows?
But I don't even.
Fight's name.
Well,
Let's start there.
It'll be good for your social development.
Actually, let's get Fight's name. Hold on one sec.
Do you actually have a name for him?
I will get a name right now. Because I'm very annoyed with myself at not having his name by now. His name is Burin. Burin.
So now I gotta interview all the female werewolves and find out who knows this guy.
Well, you got one in front of you that you could
One
ask.
right in front of us.
Yeah.
I suppose I will ask her if she knows him or if she knows anyone, any other female werewolves that may know of him.
I know Burian. Is he well?
Yes.
It's been a long time since I saw him. He was
Have it open. Spin it.
quite a warrior, you know? Do you... Why do you ask?
He had something he wanted me to give you while I was here.
It almost opened.
What?
She pulls out the necklace.
Oh, he found it. I don't know how he did it, but he found it. She reaches out her paw.
I place it into her paw.
She lifts it up and tries to put it over her neck, but can't quite do it because it's far too small to get up and over her muzzle and then over her now like significantly larger head, and then like tries to clumsily unclasp it a bit, but her hands are like oversized and can't quite get the clip.
Help her.
Can I help her with that?
Sure. Are you gonna ask if she'll let you help?
Yes.
Okay. It's a role-playing thing, you gotta say it.
Can I help you with that?
She looks down and hands it over to you and then turns around.
Destroy it. Smash it.
Dude.
I stabbed Zug in the neck.
Zug's not there. Would you like to instead stab her in the neck? She did turn her back to you.
I undo the clasp on the necklace and put it on her.
Okay. So you drape it around her neck and it just barely manages to link into place. And she turns and reaches up to feel it. I didn't think you would find this. Thank you. Thank you. If you'd like, as a token of my esteem, come back here. If you can come back here and perhaps leave behind a weapon that you'd like to have us make a little better, you can bring it back here and leave it with us and pick it up in a few days.
I told you, just remember it.
Thank you for getting this to me.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It needs to be a very, very high quality though when you do bring it, or we won't be able to work with it. Or we could have us make one here for you if you'd like.
Define high quality.
So it needs to be a masterwork weapon.
I assume I don't have one of those.
You do not have a masterwork scythe. You have a regular scythe.
I thought somebody had gotten a masterwork weapon.
No, that I'm aware of, no one's had the money to buy a masterwork weapon.
We got silvered stuff, not masterwork
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, but didn't they have to be masterwork to be silvered or something like
No,
that?
silver is not implicitly masterwork. In fact, silver is less beneficial than other materials, except when dealing with werewolves.
I guess then I'd need them to make something in that case.
Okay. She says she'll have them set to work on it, but it'll probably be about a week before they'll have something finished for you.
Fair enough.
And if you can happen to get any materials you would want for it, if you could bring them back in the next day or so, it would be of great help to them. Preferably as soon as you can, though. Is there anything else you need while you're here?
No, you guys seem to be showing exactly what you're saying, so I'm willing to work with you.
Thank you.
Delphine, if you're satisfied, we can go.
She nods.
Okay. The two of you meet back up with the rest of the group as they finish the delivery. For some reason, though, you notice that, Zug and Pax, as you arrive and you complete the delivery, there are a group of 4 people who come out and let you know that you'll be detained until the rest of your group arrives.
Detained for what?
This has to do with the previous issues you had in our territory. After a little while, as Galfine and Harcourt catch back up with the group, they look over at Harcourt a bit uncomfortably. Harcourt, you recognize this is is what used to be your party. Well, except that one guy who definitely doesn't look like who he was before.
I'm assuming that was Ryan's character.
Yes. We are required to inform you that your information has helped us put to rest this toll problem, and for your services, you are to be rewarded each 25 gold.
Ooh.
And they hand each of you 25 gold, or at least what they say is 25 gold. Does anybody want to check the bags?
Yep.
Okay.
What am I doing? Perception?
You don't even have to do that. You open it up, and first of all, it's all in copper. And second of all, it is only the equivalent of 10 gold.
Oh, hold up. I got 10 gold worth of copper here.
These were the bags that we were sent
Are you
with.
sure changing us?
And my headphones died without telling me.
Uh-oh.
So I missed what just happened.
So you got shortchanged on... Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're presently shortchanged on money. There's supposed to be 25 gold in the bag, and there's only 10. They are insisting that they were given the bags and told that there was the right amount of money in them.
Sense motive.
Yep. They seem to be telling the truth.
Gave you the bags.
All right, I'm gonna need to get the paperwork to get this fixed. Let's get this rolling.
Yes. We'll have to head on down to the station then. Follow us.
Yep.
All right. As you are making the trip. Okay. You arrive at the station. they bring you in through a separate entrance, one that even you, Harcourt, haven't seen before, and take you up to a desk where each of you are handed a document. The document is in very complicated legalese.
Yep.
Tom, you want to give me a knowledge law to help the party successfully fill out this form?
Oh man, I am rolling some masterful knowledge laws.
Very good. Are there any members of the party you'd like to make sure get arrested and incarcerated for a couple of days?
Nah, none of them have pissed me off recently.
All right.
So
that crit gave you carte blanche to fill out one of their sheets incorrectly, which results in them being petitioned as fraudulent, as attempting to fraud the system. At which point they are arrested until things get cleared out. However, with your 29, you can make sure these papers are filled out flawlessly. And you recognize that there is a clause in here specifically to this circumstance, a criminal brought to justice and improper payment being given to you based on the official statutes. What you do notice from this is you're actually entitled to 30 gold. Each person when it's split, not 25. So even the assumption of 25 is incorrect. And that you can expedite it, and it should be done today. You just have to go through a hearing.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Is everybody agreed to a hearing?
Yeah, I suppose. With his masterful law rolls, I'm going to run with it.
All right. So you fill out the paperwork. Expedited means that it's going to be mid-evening before you guys get your meeting with a adjudicator. The adjudicator asks you basically all enter into what looks kind of like a pretty bare bones courtroom. There's no additional seating for people. They have chairs laid out for you to sit off to one side, and a representative of the court to sit on the opposite. There is no one to assist you in your legal positioning, unless, Tom, you chose to put yourself down as legal consult for the party?
Yep.
Okay. Give me a quick knowledge law to make sure you know what that means. Very good. So as legal consult, that means that this whole trial, this whole hearing is on you. If you proceed correctly, this will benefit you overall. You will actually have notoriety as someone who has gone through the process of conducting law. Your name officially gets written down in the record books as this was your name, your case, this is the resolution. So it is a referencer. So if later on your character wanted to move into profession lawyer, this is how you start going down the process of doing so. It also means, however, that if you fuck up big enough, or if one of the party fucks up big enough, you're on the hook for it. So make sure you keep the party in line for this conversation, and I'm assuming you'd let them all know, they need to mind their P's and Q's.
Yeah,
Yes, I'll keep my mouth shut.
All right, so after a few more minutes, the adjudicator steps out from a door in the back and sits down at his throne. So this is some of this differs in some ways. There isn't a large desk in front of the adjudicator here. The adjudicator sits upon a throne. The throne is emblazoned on the back with the seal of House Zoe. It is a very large silver throne with purple armrests and a purple back where the house crest sits. And as he sits upon it, he sits down in purple robes which match the seat, and he makes a single gesture to the representative of the court, who then stands up and takes a step forward. Sir, these people have made a claim that we have improperly provided them with compensation for an arrest. As you can see, they filled out Form Z28, and they are referencing that they came to the arrest of 3 individuals, one of which was rendered dead due to an attempt to resist arrest, at which time they were brought into arrest and holding, were properly questioned, vetted, and returned. It is the court's finding that their current payment was only 10 gold, and that the deserved payment should be 25 gold. They here, though, are making a claim of 30 gold. I would move that we wrap this up by making sure that they get paid the 25 gold, but we should hear them out for why they believe 30 gold is the number that they supposedly deserve.
I can't hear what's going on. Like,
Am I cutting out?
is it me that's messing up here? What's going on?
I heard it all. Oh, Tom!
And Tom crashed.
And then he died. Yeah.
So I'd say that was on you then, since you suddenly cut out.
No, I exited out because
Okay.
everyone, I couldn't hear anyone besides me, so I figured it probably was something going on with me.
Okay. So they basically made the claim that you guys were paid improperly, but they believe that you should be paid 25, but they are willing to hear out your reasoning for why you deserve 30. In this particular case, as the representative of the court, you need to give me either a bluff or diplomacy to present your case. You have a +5 bonus because of your exceptionally high knowledge law check.
All right. Well, I have 1 rank in diplomacy, bringing it to a 0 from -1. So that's
Can I
better
do
than my
it?
straight -1 from bluff.
I can't do it.
You're not the representative.
No, but I'm part of the team.
Yes, but Tom has to explain the legal reason that they're doing it, and then you'll each be cross-examined. Okay, so you do an acceptable enough job of presenting the case. You made 15, so you're not going to jail for getting 5 or below.
Nice, nice.
So you present, like, here's the reason, here's what the law says, here's this, and then they have a few questions for you guys. And at this point, you're not required to answer them. Anyone can answer them. You know this, and you can let the group know that anyone can answer these questions.
All right, I'll let the group know.
Okay. So the first question they have is, in the situation, whom drew weapons first?
What? Now we got to remember from several sessions ago.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Yep.
Specifically, do you recall whom either knocked an arrow or drew a weapon first?
When he's told he was
Oh yeah. So when we said we were doing a citizen's arrest, that's when the dude attacked us. So it was definitely the dude.
Okay, so
The dude.
the main guy who ended up dying.
So the person with the sword.
Yeah.
Very good. Were you looking to fight them?
No, we tried to citizen's arrest them.
Did you have any malicious intent against them with declaring the citizen's arrest? And out of character, Tom, I would urge you not to answer that question because you'll need to give me a bluff check to that question specifically, as you know why.
I guess that's me, huh?
Well, you don't need to bluff on this one. It's a diplomacy or a bluff otherwise, but to Tom specifically, it's a bluff.
Oh. I had no malicious intent.
Yes. So to everybody else, it's just it'll be a regular part of the conversation. But if Tom is allowed to answer the question, Tom has to try to answer it knowing certain things about the situation that were not necessarily true.
Then I will leap ahead of him and no, he had no malicious intent.
Are you aware that there is a bounty for such things?
For malicious intent?
No, for people who are committing crimes. Were you actively, seeking out people violating the law? Are you attempting to act as vigilantes?
No.
Okay. Overall, everybody give me a diplomacy. Everybody's going to roll everybody who spoke is going to roll a diplomacy here.
So I don't get to roll one?
Ah, crap.
If you didn't answer any of the questions, you do not get to roll a diplomacy. That's actually fine. What we're doing is we're basically going to take the high. So, Harcourt. Very well. We see that your finding is factual. If you are not operating as vigilantes, you are not subject to the vigilante bounty. You are instead subject to the good citizens bounty. Each of you will receive your compensation of the additional 20 gold. Please step into the next room and receive your coin. One at a time, please.
Alright, I step in.
Okay. You step in and are murdered? No. You step in and are handed a bag of coins.
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe beaten, but okay.
You are handed a bag
Filthy
of
goblin.
2,000 copper pieces.
All right.
And each of you will receive a bag of 2,000 copper pieces.
Lovely.
So we add that to our sheet?
Yep.
Yeah, because that,
This is in addition to the copper pieces that we got previously from them.
Yep.
Wait,
Nice.
so how many coppers do we need
You
to
have
add
total. You have 3,000 copper pieces total.
in addition to whatever we already had?
No, the bag they first gave you of 10,000 of 1,000 copper pieces plus this 2,000 copper pieces.
Okay.
All right, so let's see what my carrying weight is.
Yeah.
Now.
You guys basically have these large sacks of coins that are quite heavy. Even with as thin as they've made the
It
copper
says
coin
I'm
now.
overloaded now.
Yep.
Yeah, I have 68 pounds of coins.
yeah, I got 65 pounds of coin.
I don't get what your problem is.
Yeah, I can't handle this much. Can I turn copper in for silver or something, or gold?
You can have your money converted, or you can spend it. But you'll have to get to somewhere where you can make that conversion. You can do it. You can convert this copper into jewels at the jeweler as you leave if you'd like, or you can take it back to either the trading post or the fam hands and find a way to convert it there.
I mean, I like to do it as soon as possible. This is way too much for me to carry.
So you want to stop at the jeweler first?
Yeah.
All right. It is late in the evening, and so you make your trip through. That's not a confirm.
Before we get out.
That is not a confirm. I am going to need Galfine take 7 points of damage and give me a perception check.
What?
Everybody can give me a perception check. Nobody was watching, and nobody's passive perception was high enough to catch this. Okay, so
So you said I take 7?
you take 7 points of damage.
Fun.
And you all notice that Galfine has taken an arrow, in between her in her shoulder. The rest of you, Galfine and Zug, You turn and notice that from a nearby alleyway, there is a person with a bow that just fired it off. And that is ready to engage. Everybody go ahead and give me initiative. Click on your character. And then click on your initiative.
Character first.
Why is this not?
Oh, wait, where do I... What?
Click on your character, your figure.
Oh.
I can manually add if you just re-roll. If you re-roll again, Tom, I can add it. Oh no, you're.
Oh, I put it on there.
Oh, okay,
what do
good.
when I click on my character, then what do I click?
Then you on your character sheet, you click on initiative. Let me get the mugger on here too.
Oh, of course, we get paid and then we get held up.
He's gonna go on. I should actually just. That's fine. He rolled really well.
How well is really well?
Not as well as you.
Oh,
what?
He was. I wasn't the only one who got a nat 20 apparently.
Oh no, he got a 19.
Oh, he just had a +1.
Yep. Not a great mugger. Alright, so he is going to go again. He's going to take another shot at Galfine. And he is going to miss. That's going to take us to Galfine. Galfine, what do you want to do? He's not far from you. The roads are very tight, so he's about 10 feet away from you. I'm going to do this without a map because it's a fairly small combat. You know, you want to move in an attack? Do you want to say something and wait?
Can I just knock him over the head and knock him out?
You can choose to do subdual damage. To do that, you take a -2 on your attacks, and any damage that you deal is non-lethal damage.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and make your attack roll, and then remember you're subtracting 3 for today. Total. So a 7 will not hit. Harcourt, where do you?
Let's whip a dart in his face.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to roll Meg. Sorry. It is somewhat important here.
Oh, Meg isn't the mugger?
Meg is definitely not the mugger.
That would not be synergistic.
Synergistic?
Mm.
Okay, so Meg goes on 11.
Here's the dart.
What do we got? That is a hit for 4 points of damage. The mugger is still up, though he doesn't look too happy with the blood that is now running down his chest. Meg will go, and she will... Charles doesn't have his spells on his sheet. Grumble. He is going to heal you, Galfine. He's going to come up and give you 6 points of healing.
Back up to 25.
Alright, Zug, what are you doing?
Walking over within 15 feet.
You're already within 15 feet.
Okay, then I'll burning hands him,
Okay.
avoiding, hitting.
Yeah, so you'll move a little bit out of the way and then fire off the burning hands. He needs to give you a reflex save, correct? 15?
Yeah.
So it's going to be, it's +1. He got it. Is it half or...
Yeah, reflex
is
for half, yeah.
Alright, give me damage.
Alright. How do I... make this actually cast?
Oh, it is. It's actually there already. So you got. It only rolled. Oh yeah, because it's per caster level, so it should be.
Oh
no,
yeah, so that should be
we'll,
2d4.
We'll add these together, so you got 7 total.
And then it would be +1 from intense spells.
Yep. So he goes down.
All right. And is he on fire? Is he taking more fire damage?
He is presently burning.
Nice.
So that is going to take us to.
Is he a human?
He
I
is
sniff the air.
He is a human.
Oh, so delicious smelling.
I reach into my bag of copper, pull out 3, and sprinkle it over the burning body.
Let's see. We got somebody else to throw in here real quick. Who's been waiting for their turn?
So I thought this would have taken my caster level off my sheet and automatically did 2d4.
I thought it was supposed to, but obviously...
Because like, it has the math. Like, if you look in that spell, it should do it based off of the math.
Why did it... It just suddenly threw the whole... What the hell? Okay, we're in the right order. Alright, so the second one... Nope, still rolling wrong. Is in the opposite alley, and he is going to, after seeing what just happened, what Meg just did, he's going to take a shot at... Actually, he's going to take a shot at you, Zug. Shooting fire from your hands is not something he's excited about having happen to him. So it's got a little better attack bonus. 22 hit.
Nope, I'm a wizard. That would never hit me.
I'm going to roll damage now.
Alright.
For 5.
Alright.
Alright, Pax.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them is down and on fire and bleeding heavily. There's another one in the opposite alley that just shot an arrow at Zug.
How far away?
The one that shot the arrow is about 10 feet from you. The one that is on the ground bleeding is in the opposite direction, 10 feet from you.
Hold on, I'm looking at my... Does anybody need curing?
As of right now, I think Galfine, what are you at? You're down.
I'm down 1 hit point.
Okay. The guy on the ground is dying. I mean, do you care about whether or not he dies?
No, I'm dying, man. You need to give me some heals.
Tom did take 5 points of damage.
Yeah, and I'm a wizard, so that's about half my life there.
Okay.
Okay, I'm helping Tom.
All right.
Thank you.
I love that it just says positive energy.
Yeah, because that's what you heal him with, is positive energy.
Oh shit, I'm dead now.
Tom's undead. Whoops, we forgot. 9 points of positive... Undead are damaged by positive energy. That's the joke.
Oh.
Alright, so the first bugger takes a point of both burning and bleeding damage. Galfine. What do you want to do?
So how's the other one doing?
The
one that's not on fire currently?
The one that's not on fire has not been harmed yet. And the one that is currently on fire and bleeding is currently on fire and bleeding. On the ground.
Can I try and knock the other one unconscious before people set him on fire?
Sure, you can rush over and give me an attack roll. You'll be charging, so it'll be a +2.
It was like a +2, but I'm also -3.
Yes. So you'll be at
So it's really
-1 total.
-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is not a hit, unfortunately. That's going to put us to Harcourt.
Yeah, now I'm gonna rush in the rapier with my punch dagger. Actually,
Okay. Go for it. That is a hit for 3 points. He doesn't seem quite affected by that, but still a nice hit regardless, as you get him across the side. Meg is going to... Let me look at her character real quick. Some music here. It's very quiet. Oh, right. Meg still doesn't have spells. No matter how many times I check here, I'm not going to find spells on Meg's character sheet. I'm going to have Meg. Meg does have heal. Meg's going to go ahead and try to give the burning guy a heal check. Well, he's not burning anymore. You only burn for 1 round. Okay. Meg takes care of him. That's going to take us to Zug.
Alright, yeah, I want to move in within 15 feet of this dude and Burning Hands him.
Okay.
Up, I accidentally casted it twice there.
That's fine. You got 3 total damage.
No, I changed the damage so that it was showing up properly.
Oh, okay. So we'll do the first one because that's correct.
Yeah.
Although it says positive energy, which is definitely not what your burning hands does.
Oh.
I like how the second one is positive energy question mark. It doesn't even know what it is.
So I'm gonna give him his save. Oh, he saves. So he'll take 3. He is still up. He's going to drop his bow and pull out a dagger and go for a shot at Harcourt. Ooh. I'm going to take the die roll. I meant to roll it in D20, and I forgot to roll it in roll 20, but Harcourt does a 20 hit.
Yes.
For 5. Max damage.
Can I cure light wounds again, or is that only once a day?
No, you have a few castings of it. You should have... Hold on, let me look at your character sheet.
It says 0 of 3 on...
Yeah, so you have 3 spell points that you can use per day. So each use of Cure Light Wounds is 1 spell point. And you've only used
you want
one
me to
spell
heal
so
you
far.
again?
Where are my hit points? My character's the red circle, right?
Yeah, the red circle is your hit points.
Okay.
So if you click in there, you can just do the math in there. So you can put whatever the number is and then minus whatever. There you go. Alright, so Pax, you're going to heal?
Oh, well, Harcourt, do you want to be healed?
Yes. Good question.
I don't know how badly it hurt you.
I also like that politely Pax is like, is it okay if I heal you? I don't want to touch you without
all
your
about
permission.
consent.
Yeah. You're very progressive, Pax.
I accept your physical role play.
Alright, the other mugger is down. Galfine.
Oh, that's 7.
Yep, you healed 7.
7. Yeah, that brings 16.
Can I try and knock the other guy out again?
Yep, go for it. There you go. So you come in and you swing the scythe kind of bat style, and you get him right in the side of the head, and he just kind of falls down on the ground. Solid hit. Your 20 gold is safe. Or your yeah. Everybody want to give me one more perception?
See if there's any other dudes here. Yeah.
Already pulled out my sketchbook, apparently. I thought the coast was clear.
You just threw it on your side and was like, no, sketchbook, I gotta draw this real quick. Yeah, so the area appears to be empty.
All right. Well, let's see what these guys got on them.
Okay. Give me a knowledge law first. I'm gonna give you this one. Okay. You're pretty sure that if you rob them with your party sing, if your party says anything about this, there are charges that can be levied against you. If they're still alive.
I was only thinking because there weren't any actual witnesses here.
Yeah. No, if your party won't say anything about it, you're fine.
No, I can't trust them to not say anything about it.
If they were dead, you would have right to whatever they have. Because they attacked you, but at this point, the most you can do is report them and let the authorities handle it from there.
Alright, I wait for the dude to burn to death.
He's not on fire anymore. And
does he bleed out?
No, Meg helped keep him alive.
Oh. Alright. Well, maybe we can get some rewards for these robber barons that we caught.
He was only 1 hit point away from death, though, so... I was like, man, nobody's gonna save him, and then I'm gonna be able to inflict Galfine with even more terrible inabilities to sleep.
He was smelling way too delicious.
All right. So are you gonna shout? You're gonna shout for the authorities then?
Yep.
All right. So you shout for the guards. They come over. They kind of know the drill, and they seem really annoyed with the fact that they have to like clean this up. So they like grab both of the people. The one guy they slap back awake. The other one they have to throw up over their shoulder and like carry him back. They're like, yeah, thanks. And they proceed to cart them on off.
Yay. Are we going to get paid again?
No. In this particular case, you managed to survive. You did the right thing. But this doesn't...
citizen thing.
Yeah.
And see, that's why we gotta make sure that they're dead guys, so that we can legally loot their corpses.
I punched him. I was trying to penetrate. I don't know about you.
Hey, I blasted the fire. So. Oh, that's fine, yeah.
If somebody using a scythe would actually, I don't know, attempt to slice with it instead of beat them to death with a club.
But maybe instead of going to the gem place, we should try and like go to the closest like inn or something and go there in the morning, so that we're not attacked again.
All right, do you guys want to agree to try to find a place to stay around here, or do you want to?
Well, okay. I mean, what do we see? Is like is there like a closer inn, or is it just as far away as like the jeweler, and we might as well just go to the jeweler?
It's hard to tell. You guys aren't really familiar with the streets of House Zoe, and so you're just kind of trying to make your way back to the front gates of the house.
Well, what time is it? Do you think like
it's super late at night? Part of why you're getting attacked is that like there's a lot of darkness. It's very hard to see what's coming from the alleyways.
So I mean, the jeweler's probably closed anyway.
It is likely the jeweler is closed.
Yeah, we'd probably get there.
How close are we to the werewolves?
From where you're at, you're equidistant to the exit to town and to the werewolves. You're basically, I'll show you on the map. You guys are probably, at least from what you can tell, you figure you're probably right about here.
Am I able to like do like a knowledge local or anything?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a knowledge local.
Okay, cool.
Okay. On that knowledge local, you can kind of recall as you were coming through, there is an inn not too far from here. It should only take you about 5 minutes to get over there if you guys could rush. Although you're carrying a whole bunch of copper, so it's a little hard to rush anywhere.
Do I know anything about its reputation? Is it like a hangout for scumbags or anything like that?
In this neighborhood, I mean, you're probably going to want to keep your door locked, and you may want to share a room and go through some shifts because there is a plausibility that your stuff might get stolen if it's while you're asleep or while you're you're dealing with some stuff. This isn't exactly the best neighborhood, and Zo inns are notorious for stuff going missing if you're not careful.
Sounds like it could be cheap at least.
It is. It's as cheap as something in Zo is. So there's always the inflation of it being a Zo place to stay, combined with the inflation of it being a Zo place to stay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's still the best idea. At least is my opinion. What about you guys?
I'm thinking we're gonna lose that extra 5 gold we picked up.
Well, we're only getting one room, right?
Yeah,
Just sleeping in shifts.
I'm cool with that, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna lose that 5 gold apiece.
Well, you want to head over and find out?
Yeah, I mean, my opinion is that it's better than trying to leave the town or whatever and getting attacked more.
Okay. So you head on over. The rest of the trip there is fine as you make your way back to the inn. The place looks like it's seen better days. The walls are like rather dirty. They almost look like they've got probably a layer of maybe soot or some other smokable on them. The countertop as you come in is dirty. There's what looks like it used to be a bar that no longer has any alcohol and just has a bunch of empty bottles and tables with chairs that have been broken. And the innkeeper looks at you as you guys come in and looks as if you've just killed his dog. What do you want?
How much is a room?
I don't. Why?
For the night. So that we can walk around when it's bright out as opposed to dark out.
So this isn't a sex party?
Nope.
No.
Alright, good. I was a little worried. You got a weird assortment. I saw one the other day. Alright. No goblins, though. That was yeah. Alright, let's see. What kind of room you want? You want 5 rooms?
1 room.
I'm going to have to charge you the fee for so many people to 1 room. You want extra beds?
Nope.
Alright, well then some of you are going to have to sleep on the floor. So,
Yep.
room only comes with... I can get you a 2-bed room if you want. There's a 1-bed or a 2-bed.
Go 2-bed.
Okay. That'll be about 5 silver.
I can pay
Want
it.
that
I
in
want to
copper?
lighten my load. Can I pay in copper?
Take however you want to pay for it.
So how many copper is that?
That's 50 copper.
Okay, I
Per
paid it.
person or just total?
Total.
I paid it.
Thanks.
I'm still overloaded.
He slides the copper off the table, and you hear it clank in a box with other coins. He reaches back, grabs a key off the wall that has a number 7 on it, and sets it down on the counter. Oh, looks like you guys got lucky number 7.
And
Nice.
why do we call it lucky number 7?
7's
Out
a
of
lucky
curiosity.
number.
What does that mean around here?
It doesn't mean anything. God, you're like the fucking sex addicts. I was making a joke. You got number 7. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. In a sense motive anyways.
Okay.
Get over there.
Yeah, he didn't mean anything extra by it. It was a bad attempt to make a joke.
Alright, head into the room.
Okay. You guys head in, and this room has clearly not been cleaned since probably the place was built. There is a layer of dust and dirt on everything. There's a few spots where you can actually see somebody else was here at another time, and the dust and dirt are like less in layers. You can still see like differences in where footprints were in the floor. There are 2 beds. Anybody want to give me a perception to see which bed is the nicer bed? If they want to take a bed. Okay. Both of the beds are fairly stiff, and you go to hit on the bed a little bit to see like what kind of bounce it has, and you think you hear like thudding, almost like you might be hitting some wood.
So that's both of the beds that are doing that?
Both of the beds.
So I determined that neither one is better than the other?
They're the floor with fabric on them.
Alright.
A raised floor with fabric on them.
Yep.
Alright, how do we want to do watch?
I'm up first.
Okay.
Alright, I'll do last because I gotta have a full thing for my wizard spells.
Okay.
So I can't be interrupted in my wizard naps.
Meg will take 4th. Who wants to take?
Fifth.
Tom is taking 5th. So there's 2nd and 3rd left.
I'll take 2nd.
Okay. Galfine, you'll take 3rd?
I suppose.
Alright, so let's check for
Alright,
first.
I lay in the best bed.
Okay. The best bed. First watch. Is uneventful. Second watch is uneventful. Third watch, also uneventful. Fourth watch, uneventful. And final watch.
Should I roll perception? Or?
No, because you're basically just watching the door. Is uneventful. You guys got real lucky. I did not roll a single one above 50.
Nice.
So, good job, you guys. I was really hoping for a big bandit attack. The whole the whole inn comes after you.
The boss bandit.
Yep.
Roll that 100 or whatever it would have gotten it.
All right. So, over this evening, one very important thing to note is packs. You don't have the night problems that you have normally while you're staying here.
Yeah, I didn't have them last night either.
Ooh, yeah, during my watch, I would have watched to make sure she wasn't raging at people again.
Oh my gosh, you're
there's
so
no sign of that
dramatic.
Galfine, you're actually able to fall asleep pretty quickly. Being as tired as you were meant that it was real easy to kind of pass out. Harcourt, kind of
On
the
the
same for you.
floor.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys can leave. And at this point, your trip back should be uneventful. I'll give you one more check. Do you guys want to stop at the jeweler on the way? Or...
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys take your coins over to the jeweler?
Mm-hmm.
The jeweler at first looks excited at new people coming in with large bags of money. Oh, hello! How are all of you today?
Greetings and
Good.
salutations.
Don't be too excited. These are coppers we have.
Oh. So it'll be amethysts for the lot of you, huh?
Yep.
Very good. Alright, so here, he's going to offer each of you an amethyst of about a certain size for the coins that you have in that bag. Does anybody here have a praise?
I think so.
Yeah, I do.
If you have a praise, go ahead and give me an appraise.
All right.
You want all the appraisals?
Got 4 ranks,
Yeah,
maybe.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 20.
So Zug and Pax, you are aware that these gems are not worth 30 gold pieces. They're instead only worth 25 apiece.
All right, I'll say that.
Oh, that's customary. You see, we own the gems. You buy the gems. I facilitate this transaction.
Do I know approximately what percentage they would take to like exchange coins for other coins at like an exchanger or whatever?
So with an appraise, you know that most coin exchanges are going to take about 10% of the cut for a number of coins this large. If you're going straight over to gold, you can sometimes, you know from your experience in the past, that you can sometimes talk them into better trades for gold by, like, if you find the right trader, they'll be more worried about the fact that, like, copper's a real commodity, gold is a mass-produced commodity that, like, they can make infinitely. So sometimes you can get them on that fear, like, that the market won't respond well to gold, and eventually, like, the town will have to ban gold or do something to eliminate gold coins as a source of currency. So you can sometimes get that trade down to as low as 5%. But you also know that jewels, the part of the benefit to jewels is the weight. So, and House Zoe is like intimately aware that that's a thing. So this blue amethyst is 20 gold worth the money, but weighs a negligible amount comparatively.
All right, so okay, so we're giving them 30 gold worth of copper and getting 20 gold
Yes.
worth of gemstone.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so that's oh man, what's that math? That's like 25%.
Sure.
Wait,
If you want to give me diplomacy, you can try to talk him down. In fact, actually, does anybody have knowledge local real quick? That's probably a better
Yeah, I
check
do.
to do first. Give me knowledge local.
Use my history.
Ooh.
Okay. Excellent.
Use my
So
knowledge history.
So all of you are aware, and okay, and Pax and Galfine, you know a little something extra. Haggling is an important part of making deals at these primary exchanges. Like if you're at the jeweler, the butcher, the ranch, the cantinas, the smith, it's at the metallurgist. You're kind of expected to try to work out deals and to try to barter. So there's a lot of like giving you a bad deal up front and then expecting you to kind of find the meet in the middle point. And at certain places, the deal is much worse at one end. Pax and Galfine, you know as well that like in these particular situations, many of these places really do want to unload their goods for money, as money gets them access to other places' goods. So even when you think the bartering is done, like you leaving can very easily turn somebody to giving you even more of a deal. There's always a limit, but sometimes even that limit can be pushed.
and what about like if we wanted to try like a quick change artist route? Would we be able to do like a bluff for a sleight of hand?
You could try it, but as a very lawful person, you know that does not go well if it doesn't go well.
Oh well, I can't do it. I don't have bluff or sleight of hand. I was
Okay.
thinking hardcore might be able to though. But yeah, I mean if Pax or I think Pax is the one with
Yeah.
diplomacy.
So either Pax or Harcourt. Do you want to? Okay. So Pax is going to go
Hardcore has
diplomacy.
Okay.
Come on, I think you know you can give us a better price than that.
I mean, I suppose I could give you. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know you guys. You're coming in for the first time. It's a big giant bag of copper. I'm gonna have to walk this through the streets dangerously. I'll tell you what. I'll give you this, and you guys just turn over 25. 2,500 or 2,500 copper. How's that?
It's the same thing.
That's the same thing.
No, you're turning over 30.
Yeah.
Right now it's
Oh,
it's 30 for 20. He's offering you 25 for 20.
Yeah, so like
Oh.
at a normal like coin exchange place, we'd be losing 3 gold. Here, we'd only be losing 5. So slightly more of a loss still, but we get the benefit of the super weightless
Hey,
gems.
I think you can do a little better than that still. We're friendly people.
This you've taken yours, so now somebody else somebody else can go on with it if they want to. So like if Hardcore wants to throw in a bluff or somebody else wants to throw in a diplomacy.
So let me get this straight.
But
You're gonna
so
take
let me
me shame-
explain this real quick just to make sure this makes sense. So the way this works is as you're making these, you have an option to use multiple checks. You have an option to use your appraise first of all to kind of like say, hey, I know what this is worth. So that's one attempt to bring it down. You can use a diplomacy as well to like convince him that, hey, you're willing to offer him a fair deal, or hey, you're aware that he's not offering you a fair deal, and then you're able to make a bluff, to try to persuade him that like, hey, this is a good money transaction. Like take, you're not going to get this kind of money otherwise.
Or I'm gonna do the hardcore method.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. You're gonna gank me for 5 that I had to bargain to get in the first place. Then had to fend off muggers to protect to get here just to lose that 5. What if I just took my big ass bag of copper, walked back into that dangerous area, and left like a trail of copper pieces that led from your front door right to where them muggers were?
That's closer to an intimidate. You're
And I blew that bluff. So it
you
didn't matter.
you did. Sir, I don't like your tone.
That's good, because
I don't necessarily want muggers coming to my door. Do I need to contact the authorities?
Not at all. Pick up my bag and walk out.
Okay. So you're is anybody else following him out?
Yep.
I am.
Pax?
Okay.
All right. So as all of you go to rush out, he comes rushing up to. No. Hold on. Okay. 23 gold.
All right. Sounds fine with me. I'll do
I'm
I'll
okay
do
with
that
Okay.
because that's better than
Yep. Everybody
Exchange.
who's willing to take 2,300 off your character sheet.
2,300 off the copper.
Yep. 2,300 copper. And and write on your character sheet a 20 GP amethyst.
Under our gear,
Yeah, under your gear.
you said 20 GP
Yep.
amethyst. What's the weight?
The weight is there's not a space to put it on your character sheet because it's significantly less than a pound.
Oh, so now I'm just back at a heavy load. That's more manageable.
You can see if he's got smaller gems if you want.
No, that one's fine.
Okay.
I keep my bag.
Okay. The rest of your trip back can pass pretty uneventfully, but we do need to wrap it up for the evening. So there's one thing that I do want to try to do at the end of every evening, and that is to make sure that everybody gets experience, so I'm not forgetting about this, since we're doing a pretty good amount of resting. Each of you is going to get 500 experience for wrapping up the delivery. And for the encounter with the werewolves, you're each going to get an additional 200 experience for the encounter with the muggers. And go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm waiting for you to be done so I get the total.
Okay. And that's going to wrap it up for this. What I do want to start adding to this is afterwards I'm going to be like providing additional bonuses when we're not so strapped for time. Bonuses for like role playing, for pushing forward on sub-storylines that exist for each of you, and for like helping better expedite the main story. So there'll be opportunities available for each of you, obviously, to do so. I think everybody's got a pretty good idea on where some of their individual quests are going. Michelle, you and I talked about sort of expanding on yours a little bit more as we go forward. That is where we will wrap up for the evening. Dano, I have seen your comments. At the moment, I am not looking for a new player for this game, but there is some thinking I'm doing about another game in the near future. Let me shoot you my Discord link. And if you want to join it and just watch for when I post up details about it in the future, I'd be happy to give you an interview when the time comes. So yeah, any other questions before we finish up for the night?
Nope. Nope.
No.
All right, guys. Then I will catch you guys next week.
All right.
Good night.
Bye.